Chris here with EverydaySportsFan.com, and today we're going to be talking about some of the best college football coaching options left in the country. Today is the Army-Navy game, so as of December 10th, this is where we stand at noon Pacific time. So there are currently only 4 positions still open in the FBS level. You have the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, the Florida Atlantic Owls, you have the Temple Owls, and you have the University of South Florida Bulls. So there's only 4 positions open, but I'm going to be giving you my top 5 coaching candidates in the college football ranks that would work for any team that were to be hiring, even though some of them are going to be obviously not available because they would attract a higher caliber kind of job. And if we're being honest, however, this is a good crew of schools. It's not quite the Power 5 group that most of these coaches would probably be looking to get. But let's start it off at number 5. At number 5, we have a coach who's been out of the FBS ranks for a while. His name is John L. Smith. He is 68 years old. He is 151 and 116 overall in his coaching career. He has coached from 89 to 94 at the University of Idaho, 95 to 97 at Utah State, 98 to 2002 at Louisville, 2003 to 2006 at Michigan State, a short 2012 stint at Arkansas. Then from 13 to 15 was down at Fort Lewis, which is a Division II school, and he's currently coaching at Kentucky State University. However, as you can tell, since 1989 he's been coaching Division I caliber football. Since 1995 he's been coaching Division I caliber football, and he's coached at 2 Power 5 schools in Michigan State and Arkansas. He is 1-6 in bowls overall, which would mean he's going to be more of a turn your program around kind of guy. He probably isn't going to go to a Power 5 school. I think out of all the candidates I have on this list, he might be the best option for someone like Florida Atlantic, who's not exactly had the best years the last couple of years, where Temple's had a top 25 run, USF has had a top 25 run, and Western Kentucky is just full bore on football right now. I could actually see John L. Smith being a very good fit for the Florida Atlantic Owls. Because he'll get you the Bulls, he just won't win them. He has 6 conference championships and was once the Big Ten Coach of the Year. So I think he is the 5th best candidate currently out there on the market. And I think the only school that currently has an opening that he would fit in is Florida Atlantic. At number 4, here's the name most of you should know, Jim Tressel. Tressel is 64 years old, so older in coaching circle ranks, but still very able to coach a team. He's 229 and 79 and 2 in his lifetime as a head coach. He has only coached at 2 schools. He coached at Youngstown State University from 86 to 2000, and obviously Ohio State from 2001 to 2010. He is 5-4 in bowl games, 23-6 in playoffs, and as the North Dakota State game is actually currently on, he has 4 FCS national championships. He also has 1 BCS national championship, and he was 6-time Big Ten champions and 12-time Coach of the Year. So he had a small little North Dakota State-like dynasty at Youngstown State before he went to Ohio State. For those of you who remember, he was kicked off the team because his players were suspended for trading some of their memorabilia, their championship rings and what have you, to get some tattoos from a guy who's being investigated by the FBI. Ended up coming back on him. The players got suspended 5 games. He was only suspended 1 game. Then he decided the honorable decision was to be suspended as long as his players. He was told he wouldn't lose his job over this. Some more stuff came out. He ended up losing his job over this. Then he had a 5-year show clause penalty, which meant he was able to be hired by any team in college football or NCAA member. However, they had to show cause of why that school shouldn't be punished for the things that Jim Tressel did at Ohio State. Since Ohio State was punished, Jim Tressel should have to be punished for the same thing. Since he wasn't affected, he was fired before they had their bowl ban and all that stuff that happened to them for the little fallout after Tressel. So a lot of schools obviously shied away from that. However, the 2017 season is the first season he is eligible to not fall under that category, to where he can coach now without the show clause penalty. So I think he's a very under-the-radar coach that is obviously a very great coach that a lot of people have kind of forgotten about because college football has kind of moved on. At number 3, you have Rhett Lashlee, one of the hottest coaching candidates in the country. He's only 33 years old. He has not been a head coach yet. So he is one of those prospective coaches, which means he could go to like a Western Kentucky still. There's a very good shot of that. Also a Florida Atlantic, a Temple, and a USF, because he's not going to get his first start at a Power 5 school. That's just not usually how it works. However, he has the profile that if there's a good Power 5 or Group of 5 team that would want to give him the shot at head coach, I think they would. I would not be surprised if he ends up at Western Kentucky, actually. I'm not entirely sure on Western Kentucky's coaching race. However, I think Rhett Lashlee is going to be the next big coordinator move, at least young coordinator, to get a head coaching job. So he played quarterback from 2002 to 2004 at Arkansas. He was the offensive coordinator in 2011 for Samford, not Stanford, Samford of the FCS. 2012, he's the offensive coordinator of Arkansas State, which is a perennial power in the Sun Belt. And since 2013 to the present, he is the offensive coordinator at Auburn. I know a lot of you are saying Auburn has some troubles the last couple of years, and they've had their coach on the hot seat. However, I think Rhett Lashlee is, the offense has worked. He is a candidate that you will hear his name a lot in the future, whether it's coming up on coaching circles when jobs open, or him winning conference and national championships someday with some other team. Anyways, number 3, keep your eye on Rhett Lashlee. At number 2, we have a fired coach of this year. We have Les Miles. He is a 63-year-old. He is 141 and 55 all time. He's 8-6 in bowls. He has 1 national championship, and he's been to a second one. If you remember that epic season of Alabama LSU. He has 2 SEC championships, and he's won Coach of the Year once. He coached from Oklahoma State after being the tight ends coach at the Dallas Cowboys from 2001 to 2004. Then he was hired by LSU to replace Nick Saban. Took a small stint in the NFL, and he was at LSU from 2005 up until this year. However, he, as most of you know, ate a little bit too much grass, and he was fired in the middle of the season after a loss that the school just deemed no longer appropriate and didn't think he could motivate them the way he should. And they had a Heisman candidate like Leonard Fournette in the backfield. They thought it was time to move on, and Ed Orgeron got the job at LSU. However, Les Miles is still a very good coach, and somebody is going to snap him up. If it's not at head coach, it'll definitely be a coordinator position here this year or next year, and he will be a head coach again very soon if he decides. Number 1 is a guy I've had a man crush on all season, the former wide receiver at Northern Illinois University, P.J. Fleck, the head coach of the Western Michigan Broncos. As most of you know, he was my first, for those of you that follow the channel, it was Everyday Sports Fans' first Team That Needs Some Love video was on the Western Michigan Broncos. And the whole point that really got that video brought out was a segment I saw on P.J. Fleck that made me really look into him, and I just love his coaching style. One small incident with destroying a locker room at an away game. Other than that, that program has been scotch clean. That was his first year. You got to get some eggs out. And he's got the Western Michigan Broncos undefeated MAC champions this year. And in my opinion, they're going to a New Year's Six Bowl. But I think they get a little underrated because it's the first time they've been good. But if you watch them, they're a pretty good team. He's 1-1 in bowls all time. He's 30-21 overall all time. He has 1 conference championship coming this year. He has 2 Coaches of the Year, 2013 and 2016. And he was also, ironically, in 2003, an all-MAC team player at wide receiver, where he had a short stint in the NFL with the San Francisco 49ers. However, I think Western Michigan is going to luck out. I don't think Florida Atlantic, Temple, Western Kentucky, or USF are going to necessarily be able to pull him away. If there was a school, it would probably be USF that would be able to pull him away. However, I don't think the American is that much better than the MAC. I don't see P.J. Fleck leaving Western Michigan this year unless something drastic happens after a bowl and a big school opens up a coaching job. I think P.J. Fleck will be around 1 more year, so watch out MAC and the rest of the country, because they might just be top 10 next year if he keeps it going the way he's going. Some honorable mentions. We have Charlie Strong, the defensive coordinator at Wisconsin, Justin Wilcox, the offensive coordinator at Bama, Lane Kiffin, the director of football research, Randy Esdale, and obviously Steve Sarkisian. So those are some honorable mentions. Thanks for tuning into this video. If you want to see more, including more written up on the honorable mentions, make sure you check out everydaysportsfans.com. There'll be an article on all of this and some more coaching options in the college football ranks, as well as the NFL when those start opening up as well. So make sure you check out the website. I want to hear from you guys. Don't forget to leave me a like because I'm better than Skip Bayless. And I want to know, who do you think the best coaching candidate is for the NCAA ranks right now? And you can't say John Gruden. Alright, well, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you go check out the website. And as always, if you're interested in creating content for everydaysportsfans.com, make sure you use the Contact Us page on the website. And let's see if we can get you writing some articles or making some videos as well. Until next time, I've really enjoyed bringing this video to you guys. And enjoy the college football bowl season.